Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News. I'm Ben, I'm joined by Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
This is the episode where we talk about all the weird shit that's gone on this week, stuff that's attracted our attention in the news. Okay, Mike, what are we going to throw up first? This is great. A calf born with a third eye on its forehead, but it's still going to be destined for slaughter. I don't want to eat third eye cow meat. I'll eat most kinds of meats, but third eye cow meat, that's a psychic cow.
God, I think it blinks sort of like, because it looks like it's always turned on its side, so
yeah,
it would
does.
blink sort
Yeah.
of, like that. Like vertically.
It's a vertically blinking eye in the middle of the cow's head. I am not eating that
Yeah,
cow.
look at the close up there. So it hasn't actually got an eyeball, it looks like an anus really.
It's an eye.
It looks like my dog's butt.
That's probably its asshole, and that's the eye.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I know there's a lizard that's got a third eye.
How do they know
I think it can only detect light and things.
Yeah.
Well, they'll never know whether it can see anything,
Yeah.
but I doubt it can see anything.
There's a little slit there, look.
It's got an arsehole on its head. It's not an eye.
That's fucking... do you want to eat third eye cow meat?
No.
I don't know, but that's why I smoke weed. Glaucoma of the third eye.
Well, this cow's psychic as fuck, I reckon. A cow on a North Wales farm was born with a third eye in the middle of its forehead. Veterinarian Malan Hughes made the extremely rare discovery when testing cattle for TB at a farm in Gwynedd. Is it Gwynedd?
Yeah.
In Wales.
Wales.
Miss Hughes said she rears around 3,000 calves a year but had never seen anything like the three-eyed cow. Despite the anonymous additional eye, Miss Hughes said the cow acts much like the same as all the other cows and suggested it was destined for the same fate.
I'm surprised a freak show hasn't come and let us take it.
Yeah! Give you 10 quid for the calf. From the outside, the extra eye looks fine, Ms. Hughes told North Wales Live. It has eyelids and eyelashes, and it is moist too, as if some kind of lubricant is being secreted. It's a full... it's an eye!
Okay.
She added, but it's impossible to know if anything is going on behind the eye.
Till you chop its head off and have a look.
I think so.
When it's dead, obviously, dies of natural causes, then we'll have a look.
It's going to the slaughterhouse, it's not dying of natural causes.
Yeah. She does say that vets tend to see all sorts of things, cyclops lambs and animals born with two heads, but I've never seen anything like this before. The vet said the Dairy British Blue Cross should lead a normal life of a cow destined for slaughter. It doesn't act any differently from any other calf, she said, as the cow reared up behind her on both back hooves and launched lightning bolts, frying her.
From its third eye.
From its third eye. And then it started giving orders to the cows, and they rose up against us, and now Gwynedd in Wales is actually been nuked. No, that bit didn't happen. But it could have happened. It may still happen. And in a universe where in infinite universes, that happened.
Yeah.
The God Emperor cow of mankind, of cattle kind. It's interesting. Well, I thought that was creepy enough to warrant a fucking discussion about it.
Definitely.
Well,
Would you want to eat that, Mike?
Not particularly. I don't know why, because I'd eat any other cow.
push comes to shove, I'd eat it.
Yeah.
If they said, here you go, it's like Mr. Burns, here's the three-eyed fish, eat it.
Yeah.
And he won't eat it, will he?
No.
Because he knows his nuclear plant has done it. This could just be,
This could just be a genetic mutation, but...
Caused by radiation.
We don't know how much interbreeding or radiation, yeah. They've got a few nuclear sites over Wales way, haven't they?
Yeah.
Could have been inhaling the chemtrails.
Could be inhaling the chemtrails. Or licking the nuclear water in Wales. Nuclear water. That's why they're all a bit crazy over there, over their ways. We love you, the Welsh.
Do we though?
We don't have many Welsh listeners. It never really comes up, does it? Has Cardiff come up very often?
I think
Not
it's
really,
been
sometimes.
Yeah, there has, yeah.
I haven't had Gwynedd.
Yeah, well, Gwyned's obviously a radiation blasted nightmare. Don't go into that bit of Wales. But the rest of it's lovely.
Saying that, though, as soon as you get over the board, you can't get any radio signal or anything like that.
No, you can't. You just start listening to Welsh radio and it's terrible. But yeah, anyway, Cowborn the third eye in the middle of its forehead. I'm not eating it either, by the way, no. And I'll eat pretty much anything. But that's just too creepy.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
Just mine.
It is.
Russia is going to try to clone an army of 3,000-year-old Scythian warriors.
Scythian, yeah.
Scythian.
Either way, sounds badass.
If it comes to the word scythe, it'd be Scythian, wouldn't it? I
Yeah.
don't know. A defence minister suggested he wants to clone a group of ancient warriors. That's going to be tricky. To date, there haven't been any human clones that we know of.
Yep.
Celebrity cloning. Who was it? Who?
Donny Marshall.
That's it.
Donald Marshall and his cloning factory.
He would beg to differ.
He would.
And the legality of cloning is murky because of the medical uses for specific kinds of cloning. When you hold a job like Defence Minister of Russia, you presumably have to be bold and think outside the box to protect your country from enemy advances. And with his latest strategic idea, cloning entire army of ancient warriors, Sergei Shoigu is certainly taking a big swing.
I think that's fucking badass.
Yeah, it'd be like Jason the Argonauts, wouldn't it?
Progressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
An army of skeleton warriors.
It wouldn't be skeletons, they'd be clones of the original soldiers.
I think they're going to rise up and take over
yeah.
the country.
Why do I think they were skeletons? I think it was a necromancer.
Because they showed you the picture of the skeletons in the grave.
Oh, that's it.
Not the Evil Dead.
Yeah, they're not planting Hydra's
He's a
teeth, Mike.
necromancer.
Well, who doesn't want to be a necromancer?
Okay, some background. The Scythian people who originally came from modern day Iran were nomads who travelled around Eurasia between the 9th and 2nd centuries BC, building a powerful empire that endured for several centuries before finally being phased out by competitors. Well, how good are these Scythian people? I never heard of them before.
Well,
you bring back somebody, bring back the fucking 300.
The Spartans.
Yeah.
Spartans. Cool.
Yeah.
Their tales are legendary, no one's ever heard of these people. They're
Well,
just some nomads who died out.
Well, presumably they're like Russian, or lived on the steppes of Russia, even though they originally came from Iran, they travelled around Eurasia, so they'd have been in southern Russia. Maybe they're like the first Russian Empire kind of thing, so he's like, let's bring them back, they were badass. And we've got their bodies. I don't think Greece are going to let Russia just go, excuse me, you know where the tomb of 300 is at Thermopylae? Can we just break into that and take the ashes, please?
Surely they got someone better.
Maybe they're a bit hardier than the 300, you know.
What about the Mongols?
Coming from the Russian, you know, it'd be quite cold, so they've got to be really hardy and tough, haven't they?
Yeah.
You're an army of Genghis Khans, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
How about do you? Because then he'd just conquer Russia. You know.
Obviously.
He did it before, he'll do it again.
If you had the power to direct where he was going to attack, then...
If you just had literally an army of Genghis Khans.
Hasn't supposedly everybody got some sort of descendant from Genghis Khan because he put it about like everywhere?
Yeah. He was the original guy with energy to burn, was Genghis.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's buried actually. Where his tombs is a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
Just rape and pillage everything.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Because he had the people that buried him killed, and then had the people that killed them killed as well.
Yeah.
So no one knew where he was buried. Ingenious, really.
Thorough. Very
Yeah.
thorough guy.
Guy.
Very thorough guy. Yeah. Well, I think this is fucking ace, to be honest. Why wouldn't you want to clone them?
How many do you think they're going to do?
3,000?
No, it's 3,000 years old.
Oh.
They're not going to clone 3,000, are they?
As many as you
A
want.
million, a billion, as many as they can, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
What's the ethics over that, though? Just cloning people for war?
It's no different than the Spartans who trained for 10 years to be soldiers, and it's no different from the clone troopers in Star Wars. You don't mind them dying, though, do you? You don't mind them fighting to protect your precious Republic, you Jedi scum? I mean, yeah. Not too well about that, eh?
They're all doing it for a cause, though. And they're entering into that cause.
Maybe they just really like to
in their own
fight.
volition. They just really like to fight.
Yeah. Maybe they toured around Eurasia just looking for fights.
Possibility. But they're not going to wake up with somebody, with memories of, I'm a fighter. They're not just going to be, a born fighter. There's nature and nurture, discussion to be had there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Who says that these are going to be any good? I mean, they could all be 5'2".
Yeah.
Well, they would be, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Well, them
we're a
bones
lot
look
shorter
pretty
about
big.
them.
Were they? I don't know, them bones look pretty big.
Yeah, it's
And I
only...
thought our skull has got a little bit, smaller as
Has it?
I know our brain's got bigger, but we used to be sort of more...
More cranial.
Yeah, a lot more cranial.
More scully.
Yeah.
Some still are.
Well, I mean, why not? I don't see the problem. Actually, I do see the problem. It's horribly ethically wrong. I mean, you can't just clone a bunch of people. It's a really cool idea. I don't see a problem with the idea. Actually, putting it into practice is morally wrong.
I think, got enough people on the planet as it is without, there should be further in.
That's also a valid point. We've got 7 billion naturally born humans on the planet.
Dying daily.
Do we need to clone an extra billion just to fight and die?
We've got to feed them.
Got to feed them, yeah.
Well, I think cloning should be used for, like organ donation.
Just clone the organs.
Yeah. Because not enough people in the world donate their organs for, other people to have life-saving operations.
I just think they should make it so everybody is.
It's gone like that now. You've got to opt out, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it's only just been done that end of last year,
Yeah.
I believe.
If they want my liver, they're fucking welcome to
You're
it.
going to opt out now.
Yeah, but have your beautiful blue
sorry.
eyes, Ben.
They can.
They can't go to waste.
They can't. Thank you.
Ting.
Yeah, but if anyone wants my liver, well, good luck to them.
I don't know, it's a bit of a machine, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, I don't know how healthy it is. Oh man, alright. Claire, you want to do the next one?
Yeah.
I like the next one.
Okay. So, a man disguised himself as a white guy to commit 30 burglaries.
It's a perfect disguise. No one ever suspects the white guy.
That was terrible. So, it was a black guy, yeah?
Yeah.
So, the suspect is believed to have been wearing a mask. So, the police officers in Los Angeles have arrested a man who they believed could be linked to 30 burglaries. Rockim Prowell was detained by police officers in Beverly Hills during a traffic stop on the 2nd of May following reports of several robberies in the area. Police officers were able to connect 2 of the previous burglaries together with surveillance footage, which revealed the same vehicle. Images captured from surveillance videos released by officials show a man wearing a mask that appears to be skin-coloured and it's covering his face, as well as the guy's glasses.
Your face good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, but did they just plant that there because they don't want to arrest a white guy? That's an option.
I know that the American police is racist, but I don't think it's that racist.
No. Unless the guy who did the burglaries is the police officer that's arrested him.
So, as reported by Fox News, police recognised him from the security videos that the male suspect seemed to be always walking with his mouth open.
Oh, he's a mouth breather.
This led to the authorities to realise that he was wearing a mask. So...
That's how they figured it out, yeah. Because, of course, the latex mask won't close its mouth, won't it?
Yeah, so he's got to keep his...
Yeah.
It's always difficult to breathe in them things.
Yeah.
So when the 30-year-old suspect was arrested, his car was searched and officials found the mask, which seemed to connect him to several residential burglaries in Southern California.
I think this is ingenious. I mean, alright, it's terrible because he's breaking into people's homes. But...
It's almost ingenious, isn't it? But he failed, ultimately.
Well, he could have worn any cosplay mask, couldn't he, really?
Yeah.
I guess so, but he thought, well, they'll never suspect the white guy.
I suppose so. I suppose if you've got, like, you know, some...
Well, the whole idea is that they do suspect the white guy because when he takes the mask off, he's a black man, and therefore he couldn't have committed the crime. Look, it's a white guy in the video.
Yeah.
Well, they got video surveillance of his hands, and they're black.
Oh, he didn't put gloves on? I just assumed he did. I saw black hands, I just thought he's got black gloves on.
Well, I thought he had gloves on.
Oh, maybe he has got gloves on. I thought he'd let it slip. I thought he was just really dumb.
Nah, I didn't have a glove. Well, I don't know. You can't really see from the photo.
Maybe.
Well, at least he's not doing it in shorts.
Yeah.
Shorts and sandals.
Yeah. No shirt on.
It's the white. It's the white bed.
If he didn't put gloves on, it's his own fault.
Oh, fantastic.
I think the cosplay burglar sounds a lot more fun. Got
Yeah.
Captain Spock running in your house with a TV.
Yeah.
This is logical. Go from it out.
Well,
Then
Harley
you
Quinn
could
can run
claim
my house.
insanity.
I think Harley Quinn can run my house if she wants to.
A guy dressed as
No,
Harley
not a
Quinn.
guy dressed as Harley Quinn. Like just a bunch of really hot female cosplayers could run my house if they wanted.
Moving on.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos' super yacht is so big it needs its own yacht.
What?
God, he looks like a cock and balls with a face, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Today, in ultra-billionaire news, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has purchased a modest 100-foot schooner as he looks forward to a quieter life under hours of reflection on the open seas. Nah, just kidding. He's buying a boat, and he's buying a 417-foot super yacht that's so massive it has its own support yacht with a helipad. The estimated cost, not including the support boat, is $500 million.
What?
Fucking unbelievable, isn't it? It's not just enough to have a yacht, you have to have a super yacht with a support yacht.
And that I shouldn't imagine that's the cost of running and maintaining it yearly. That's just the outlay,
purchase, yeah.
is it?
Yeah, because you've got to stock 2 vessels for a start, haven't you? But what if the support yacht needs a support yacht? And what
That's what I'll
if
get to
You blow up
eventually.
the dinghy.
and what does a support yachts look like?
Like Claire said, it's just a man in a dinghy at the end.
No, it'd be like a super tanker, wouldn't it? Just give me the super tanker. Yeah, the problem is I really like buying stuff from Amazon. I like stuff.
It does get here quick.
It does. And I like their TV. Their TV's good too.
Take it or leave it.
This is a problem to me.
It's just normally the cheapest option. So most of the time I have to use it. That or eBay.
Well, you know, if he's happy with his yacht, he's happy with his yacht, isn't he? You know.
Yeah, but does he deserve to have that yacht? Is it fair that he has that yacht?
Well,
Super
he's
yacht?
built a company from the ground up and now he's reaping the profits. Whether he's done that, I mean, you can question.
It's a monopoly, isn't
You
it?
can question the conditions of how he treats his employees, and there has been issues about that. But he has also called for them to be paid the minimum wage to be raised.
Yeah, he pays no taxes, Ben. We're paying for that yacht.
Well, that's creative accounting, and that's a government to come down on him, isn't it? The
Not
government
right,
set
though, is it?
the government set the loopholes, and he's taking advantage of them.
Of course, because he owns the government, he lobbies the government.
Yeah.
He owns,
then you need to be form a government as well, don't
He
you?
owns Washington Post now, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah.
You're not Washpo. I mean, that's the system, though, isn't it?
Should one man have this much money, this much power?
Well, no, he shouldn't have any. He shouldn't have any power.
If we were to start a civilization today, what would you say? How would you organise it? Would you just have a few people at the top, have all the power and all the influence and make all the decisions, and everyone else is left to fend for themselves? No sane person would suggest that.
Yeah, but
Everyone would just shout him down, saying, "No, that's not fair."
Why should you listen to what the village idiot thinks?
Who says he's the village idiot? He could be a professor.
Well, if he's a professor, that's fine, but if it's like you're on a bit like opening to everyone or opening to the most intelligent, sort of scientifically
Whatever,
people.
I'm just saying, if we sat down and we had to devise a society from scratch, nobody would go for the one that we've got.
Yeah.
If we all had one vote in it.
Depends on the alternatives, though, doesn't it?
Top down, it should be bottom up, shouldn't it?
You'd say, well,
It should be
everybody,
bottom up, yeah.
one person, one vote. Everybody's equal.
Yeah, but you've got to reform the entire system.
Well, I'm just saying, hypothetically, nobody would choose this system. It's just forced upon us.
Well, it's just got worse as we've gone along, hasn't it? Every sort of generation, it gets worse, it gets a bit more corrupt. Until eventually we're coming to the point now where the corporations do own the government. And I still stand by my NASCAR idea.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, the politicians should have to wear their sponsors on their suits.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you've got to get change, haven't you?
There are a few politicians pushing for less corruption. And,
There are.
You know.
Unfortunately, it's not enough.
But as more people see how corrupt it is, they get involved in politics.
And that path's blocked. We've seen it before.
Well, you just got to hope that enough of them get through the gaps, haven't you?
And when they do, look at Corbyn, look what they did to him. They destroyed him.
Yeah, but he
Most
also needs to fight back.
The most peaceful man in politics, and they portrayed him as a terrorist sympathiser.
Yeah, but he also needs to fight back, and he didn't.
He didn't enough, no. I
No,
agree
it's
with
a
you.
problem. That was, it was great. I liked the guy, I did. But you've got to fight back.
He wasn't a great leader, I just loved his policies.
Just the craziness of what they were saying about him, I'm not surprised. He just went, do you know what, that's just, it's just headline media attention, it's just, you know.
The media, in a working democracy, is meant to work for the people against the powerful.
Let's cause out the government, doesn't it? That's the idea.
It's the attack dog for us against the government.
Yeah, why is this being
The watchdog
done?
should say, and instead they're the attack dog for the wealthy. They attack us, anyone that gets to power and has a say, they just squash us.
Well,
They want to keep the status quo.
I think he was just ignoring it and just trying to get on with his job.
Yeah, but you couldn't ignore it. That's the problem.
You know, when somebody asks me about it straight, I'll be like, da da da, but other than that, I'm not, you know, saying it over and over again. I've made my statement, you know, moving on, trying to give you value for money, my party, you know.
They were singing his name at Glastonbury, a politician.
Yeah.
They couldn't allow it, could they?
Well, no, I mean, obviously he wasn't popular enough. Well, there was the last election.
2017, he only lost by a few thousand votes. He would have had that if it wasn't for the Blairites stopping us from winning. That's been proven now.
Well, Blairites. Then again, he'd be remembered more fondly if he hadn't had the Iraq War.
Yeah. He did a lot of good things, but he did a lot of bad things. PFI.
PFI.
Yeah. Private Finance Initiative in the NHS.
Oh yeah,
He
well,
started
Selling it
yeah.
out the back door, basically.
Yeah. Well, according to that, US billionaires, so it's not just Bezos, collectively gained 1.1 trillion in 2020, making them nearly 40% richer than before the pandemic hit. He did put his boat order in well before the pandemic, though.
Oh, that's all right.
Maybe he knew the pandemic was going to happen.
Of course, he did. He read Dean Koontz novel.
Oh, God. They just changed it because it was Russian.
Plandemic, Ben. Plandemic.
Or maybe he was just like, saw all this shit on the news, you know, because we don't know how long before the pandemic he put it in. He was just like, I need my own yacht. I don't want to be anywhere near the land and all.
Yeah.
It's COVID crazy.
Super COVID crazy.
Super COVID crazy.
But he could be Batman.
Well, you're right, he could be, but he could be. You're right. Any billionaire could be Batman, but they're all too fucking lazy. Or Iron Man, for that matter.
Yeah.
You know, but no, they're all too fucking great. They're all too lazy. It's a shame.
Moving on.
Moving on.
World needs a Batman.
Brain device translates thoughts directly onto a computer.
Right.
That's good.
In a world's first, scientists have developed a brain-computer interface that can instantly turn mental handwriting into text on a screen. The system, developed by the BrainGate Consortium, involves an implanted sensor that records the brain signals associated with handwriting before translating them to a computer in real time at a rate of 90 characters per minute.
Well, this is obviously something to do with Bill Gates, isn't it? BrainGate, Bill Gates.
He's got his fingers in a lot of pies, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
An important mission of our BrainGate Consortium research is to restore rapid, intuitive communication for people with severe speech or motor impairments, said Dr. Lee Hochberg, who directed the clinical trial of the technology. The demonstration of fast, accurate neural decoding of handwriting marks an exciting new chapter in the development of clinically useful neural technologies.
Well,
This is great news, isn't it?
Mm.
For people with locked-in syndrome.
Yeah.
well, yes, that's true. People who are paralysed.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves could have done this. Could he speak? I can't remember.
I can't.
I think he could speak, yeah.
Oh yeah, he could because he still did films and he was paralysed.
Unless he did silent movies.
Oh, how dare you, sir, speak that way about Christopher Reeves? I thought his best film was Village of the Damned, personally.
That's a good film.
That's a great film. Would you like a cup of... That's the Elephant Man. Would you like a cup of tea? What was the thing from the Village of the Damned?
To 90 characters per minute.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, to say this is just, just breaking into the technology, I think it's really good. It won't be long until soon, as long as you as the user can picture the word, the computer might be able to say it for you. So you'd think of the word can, I have a drink, I know it would sound computerised at first, but yeah, I think this is great.
Yeah.
Great news, isn't it?
I definitely think they should have options on the voice box. Like you could have them sound like Ozzy Osbourne, you could have the standard tom-tom thing, Mr. T, Hulk Hogan.
But think what this could lead to. You don't need a mouse now, do you? Switch your computer on and you got a chip in your brain. You're communicating with the computer.
Do I want a chip in my brain?
Well, you will. If everybody else does, it makes life a lot easier.
But am I still me then? Who's to say they can't just detonate that if they want to?
That's your brain.
Yeah, who's to say they can't?
Turn you into an advertising machine.
Exactly, what if I start dreaming of adverts?
Yeah.
That's what they do.
You just go around, someone spills something, you won't miss a muscle on that.
Must buy cleaner. It's true, alright? What if they can put that shit in jail? That's just complete control that your trust. I mean, we all trusted them with mobile phones.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, here's a mobile phone, you can call someone while you're on the move, that's great. And now they're tracking devices.
Well, yeah, there's always bad, isn't there? But there might be a way of stopping that.
Well, do you trust them to put it in? Because you got a chip here. You can't take it out.
Next thing you know,
Right,
you're
if
fighting
I
the
were-
Chinese in a war.
I
Oh my god, I was just in the store, what's going on?
don't trust them. They're testing this shit on disabled people, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
But no,
By the time all the beta testing and all that lot's done, Ben, I think we'll be well on our way to very old. Indeed, won't we?
I don't know, because of the anti-aging stuff at that point.
Is it? Anti-aging chip.
Yeah. No, we anti-aging drugs, and then we have to go and get the chip. Next thing you know, you're fighting a war for China. He's come to you, got an AK-47 and a red star on your helmet. You're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Against the Russian clone guys.
It's a 3,000-year-old Scythian soldier. You know what the fuck's going on here? And then you get cut down. This is terrible news.
Who are these tiny clones? What's going on?
You get dragged down by them.
Yeah.
I don't want anything going in my brain. I don't care if it's gonna make my life no. Because they're either gonna blow my head up one day or use me to fight a war in China, and I'm not having it.
Someone said that when they first come out with mobile phones.
Well, if you slip
Not having it.
and you bash your head on that now,
Right.
and you won't be able to speak, you'll be glad of one of them things, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, you'll be the first in line.
Whoa. No, you know what? Fuck it.
Oh, he wants it now.
On principle, I'm not having it. I'll learn to write on a chalk slate like Anthony Hopkins in Letters of the Fall.
The pun will be no more.
Just hear scribbling. We have to translate for the listener.
Oh, I'll do like my left foot.
Morse code. You answer Morse.
Yeah, blink Morse code. You two need to learn Morse code. No, I don't want this. Doesn't it terrify you? You had a brain chip in your head.
It depends, isn't it?
No, I think this is for the good. It could turn for the bad, you never know.
It always turns to the bad. It always turns to the bad, we know this.
It does.
Look at the world, Claire. It's all...
I know, yeah.
Oh, man. Tell me you got some good news.
Finish on some good news.
Okay, cat jumps from 5th floor of burning Chicago building, bounces once and runs away.
That is incredible.
Do you want to see the video?
I do want to see the video. Well, I've just watched the video and that's fucking ace.
I think he opens up like he's wearing a squirrel suit.
He does! He literally free falls down.
Yeah, comes flying over a wall, does a little sort of like bounce and then just goes about his day, doesn't he?
Hey.
Shakes it off a little bit. Like, Del Boy, alright my son, like that, and then just walks off.
Lights a cigarette.
Yeah. So the Chicago Fire Department personnel were taking a video of the exterior of the building as firefighters were extinguishing the blaze when the black cat appeared through billowing smoke and a broken window. The feline briefly tested the side of the building with the front paws and then, woo, jumped. Onlookers gasped as the cat fell. It missed the wall and then instead it landed on all 4 paws on a patch of grass. Ah. And then it went away and hid under a car. The cat wasn't injured and they're trying to locate the owner.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
It was, you just did this little bounce. Landed on all 4s, did a little bounce and just tried off.
Yeah.
It's like it just absorbed. I bet its knees are fucked now.
Yeah. That was do or die, wasn't it? The cat was just like, crikey, it's burning.
I just loved how it spread its paws out as if it was free falling, like he was trying to glide out, and it made it over that wall.
Reduce its terminal velocity, isn't it?
Yeah, but it made it over the wall.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, do cats glide?
Well, them squirrels glide, don't they?
Yeah, they got you could see the cat has got a little bit of little flaps of skin at the side, wasn't it? It wasn't massive, but it was a little bit.
Cat wings.
Cat wings. They stretch themselves out, yeah.
There we go then. Let's see how far a cat can glide.
No. Don't encourage people to throw cats out windows.
No, just don't. No, please don't do that. Right. Is that everything?
We're finishing a bit of good news for once.
Yeah. It's always nice to have an animal interest story too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank you very much for listening. I've been Ben. Don't drink the Flavour Aid, don't join a cult, and don't throw a cat out of a window, please.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Don't become a clone or get cloned of at all, basically, going forward.